so welcome officially. If you haven't already done so, please do sign in for attendance today. And since this is the last office hours of the year, when we're done with questions, we are going to ask you if you would be so kind as to complete the feedback form for us, because we do share that with the state. And we do obviously use your feedback to determine what kind of supports we can offer in the coming year. So we are going to ask that you do that. So make sure that you go ahead and get signed in so you get credit for being here today. Um, and I'll pop that back up again towards the end in case anyone missed it.
And we'd really appreciate the feedback too, because sometimes that decides whether we're going to continue to have that, like office hours or whatever. So,
Right. We reevaluate every year. Are we
right.
going to continue a specific support that we offer, or is it time to discontinue? So, like Helen said, your feedback really helps us in deciding what services we're going to be offering in the coming year. So we appreciate you taking time to do that. So just as a reminder, we're recording today, and this will be up, in a couple of days on our YouTube channel, as always. So the surprise is, it's that time of year. We didn't really have any questions ahead of time that would be that we could generalize for everyone. We had some very nuanced, very specific things that districts are dealing with, but nothing that was really appropriate to generalize for everyone. So we're just going to open it up for your questions. So please feel free to either unmute or drop it into the chat, and we'll try to address anything that we can. Before we do that, we will go ahead and say, we know one of the things that's on everybody's minds are the revision of the special education forms that are out now for public comment. We're not sure how many of you signed up to attend the meetings that they have been having, but please remember that when you go on the website, on the department's website where required and optional forms are, if you scroll all the way down, you can look at all of the proposed revisions in a side-by-side comparison. And there are two links to give your written feedback, which is really preferable. One is for required forms, and then there's a separate link for the supplemental forms, which were formerly called optional. Those are going to be called supplemental forms now. And so you can give feedback on any and all of those through those two links. So we certainly, if you've not done so, we strongly encourage you to do that. This is the only chance that we're going to get to have our voices be heard on the proposed changes. And if there's something that still doesn't work the way we want it to, then please give an explanation. So when you say, if something's unclear or there's a problem with it, it's really helpful if you describe why. Like, what problem would that cause the district or the family, the way it's written? So we just wanted to kind of throw that out
Is
there.
it confusing? Is it whatever? Dee Dee, and myself and Stacia have gone through some of the forms, and yeah, we did provide written feedback, and we said why, like if we were confused or if we thought it would cause district confusion or family confusion, we noted all that. So just repeating what Dee Dee already said.
Yeah, so we just encourage you to do the same thing. And now we're going to be quiet for a minute, give you a chance to either unmute and ask a question or pop it in the chat if there's something that you want to discuss. And if not, then we'll move on to the next slide. So we'll give you a minute to think.
Hi, ladies, it's Liz.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm battling the same thing Helen is, I think. I think we're passing it around.
Yeah, it's
So I start
here.
coughing. Excuse me, I've got my water here. I'm downing it. We have a kiddo that withdrew to homeschooling, supposedly. Parent had asked for the ETR to be done, and we did it, only to realize there's no homeschool paperwork completed.
Oh, okay.
So where does that leave us? If a parent didn't fill out any homeschool paperwork.
Well, that's really less of a special education issue as it is enrollment in your district and the laws around, homeschooling. But you did the right thing under Child Find, whether a student is at home or wherever they are, you are
Okay.
still responsible for, seeking and evaluating students suspected of having a disability. So you did that. And then, of course, that next step is to make an offer of FAPE by writing an IEP as if the student would be attending in your district. If the parent opts to homeschool, then that's fine. Obviously, you're not required to provide any services other than what any homeschool student
Would get.
receives, whatever it is that your district has in place, that they're able to participate in extracurricular activities, et cetera, et cetera. But if you know that, the paperwork hasn't been done, maybe just make sure that, um, you know, the powers that be in your front office also are aware of that, and they would
Yeah,
need to follow up on that. But if
right.
you held the ETR meeting and that was completed, you still want to make sure you enter those things into EMIS, because then
Right.
you've met your timeline, you have followed all of the process for special education that you're supposed to.
And so just to clarify, we still write an IEP,
Right,
even though the
because,
child is withdrawn.
well, if they, if
Or
they,
do we wait until if they re-enroll, we write an IEP?
that's where it gets really dicey, but if they've
Right.
already withdrawn, um,
That's what I mean.
yeah, if the paperwork's already been filed and they've already withdrawn,
Yeah.
but I would say write the IEP to make that offer because, and here's why, even though that may sound sort of counterintuitive, you
Mhm.
identified that there's a child in your district with a disability. So you have to make an offer of FAPE, then the parent can decide when they see what the services would look like, what you've proposed as delivery of services for that student. They need to have that information to know whether they want to move forward with homeschooling or they want to, for all intents and purposes, re-enroll in your district.
All right. Okay.
See what I'm
Thank you.
saying?
Yep. No, I do. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Questions or thoughts or comments at this lovely time of the year? I'm sure you're all very, very busy, like you are most of the year, but we do know closing out school is a busy, busy time too.
We're closing out and packing up is what we're doing over here at Green. We're moving out of 3 buildings.
Did you say you're cleaning out a building?
3. We built 2 new buildings and we are moving out of 3 buildings. Our teachers are scrambling.
I remember those days when we
Yeah.
went from the old high
Yeah, they
school
got
to
to
the
pack
new high
up their
school.
whole classroom.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot. We
It's a lot.
we've
Going
been
on
there.
here.
It's a lot.
Yep, a lot going on.
Well, friends, are there any other questions that we can answer for anyone?
I am good. Thank you, ladies.
Okay, then we're going to ask something from you, if you would be so kind as to please take just a few minutes to give us feedback on the office hours as a whole, not
Right.
today's specific session, but just as a whole for the year. As Helen mentioned, sort of at the top of the hour, we do utilize that feedback to plan what supports we will continue or we will do away with based on, the need in the region. So we appreciate it if you take a few minutes to do that. And then after everybody's had a chance to do that, we do have a slide to show you our planned dates for next year. If we move ahead with office hours, we have those dates planned with the times, and we'll certainly put that up just so you have a heads up. So we'll give everybody just a minute or two, and then I'll put that slide up. All right, and if you're not done yet, that's okay. You can continue to complete the feedback form, but we do just want to give you a quick reminder, or let you know rather, what our planned dates for, or dates are next year. We do recognize that we have multiple months in a row where we are doing 9 a.m. as opposed to alternating, as is our practice. Unfortunately, we had a lot of schedule conflicts with just the way things are structured here at our office and with the department. And so we didn't really have a choice. We tried really hard to stick to the like middle of the month Wednesday, because that's what everybody's accustomed to, and that avoids some of the conflicts with the department and other things going on here at SST8. So we are aware of that. We did try to put in a few of the 1 o'clock ones, but most of them are going to have to occur in the morning. But as always, we'll continue to record and put those on our website or on the YouTube channel.
And these dates will be posted, right?
Yeah, these
Yeah.
will all be on our event calendar. They should be up probably by the beginning of August. And yeah, you'll be able to register for everything individually, each session, excuse me.
And we want to thank you for all this year sticking out with us and having questions and giving us other discussion points. So we want to wish you a great summer when you finally get out. If you do get out, that sounds terrible. Get out, help. But we know, seems like every year there's a tough year, so we've been busy ourselves, so
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah, thank you again for joining us. We do wish you all a safe and relaxing, healthy, happy summer. We're excited to see you all back in August. And obviously, between now and then, you can always feel free to reach out to
Right.
Helen and I with any questions or needs you may have. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Take care. We will talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Thanks.
Have a good summer.
Thank you.